What's going on, y'all? It's LJ, and it's time for a long overdue heavy metal and hard rock vinyl update. If that's not your bag, you're gonna hate this video. I grabbed the stuff that's come in most recently, or I found most recently, that is heavy metal, or pretty damn close there too. Or at one point was considered heavy metal, and it's now hard rock. Ah, damned if I know. What was heavy metal in 1971 is pop rock today. Whatever, it's all semantics. It just, this stuff rips, it shreds. There you go. In the background is Iron Maiden's Live at Donington. Man, I love this one. This would be a cool find on vinyl. This is 2 CD set. I think everybody's heard this, saw this on MTV. Just killer classic stuff. So, the stuff that really shreds. Here's the first one. So, LJ got himself in a little mood for a little new wave of British heavy metal and the more obscure stuff. And I ended up stumbling on this. This is Dragon Slayer. This is awesome. This was released on Shadow Kingdom Records. I know Greeno just showed a copy of this too. This is the band that was originally known as... Let me let you just look at that. Hang on. Just look. I just shook the camera. Whoops. Look at that. So this is the band that was originally known as Slayer, believe it or not. So what happens? What happens? Dragon Slayer was formed in '78 and originally called Heavy Thunder. They never scored a major label deal. They cut a demo in '82. They cut an EP in '84 and another demo in '86. This is all of it collected on a 2 LP set from Shadow Kingdom Records. This was a killer deal, killer cover. It's just black vinyl, but here, check out the labels. And man, I was just listening to the sound clips online. It was like, it was love at first stroke. I mean, it's just awesome. So this is just traditional new wave of British heavy metal, very late 70s, early 80s sounding. They don't sound like Slayer, so you can't be fooled by the name, but definitely very, man, I don't know, like Judas Priest from that time or Iron Maiden from that time, but heavier. It's definitely got that early 80s just real ripping heavy metal sound. Maybe Venom, but without the satanic lyrics would be a better comparison. But either way, it's, I mean, when do you ever see a cover that says, if anyone has any recordings of their other stuff, demo, live, whatever, contact us. It's amazing how great these guys were and how much they just faded away. Send us anything that you have. They're just that desperate to get the stuff out there. Just a killer. Absolutely. I can't say enough good things about this. I was itching for some just real obscure new wave of British heavy metal, something you just never hear. That fit the bill to a T. Alright, enough about that. A couple of singles popped up. I don't think this was ever considered heavy metal, but it's a good segue, and you'll see why. So here's David Lee Roth with a split. Look at that, right through the bottom of the jacket, the picture sleeve. The reason I grabbed this, I already have it. It's just a 7-inch single for Just a Gigolo, and I ain't got nobody. I already have this, but my vinyl is actually a little scratched. The sleeve on this one is split. What the hell ever. It was a quarter, and it was in the same box as California Girl. So, you know, it's one of those, man. David Lee Roth's first EP is everywhere. You can get a copy for $1 any day of the week. So to grab those was kind of cool. But what you can't get for $1 any day of the week is this bad boy. Here we go. A little ain't enough. This is one that I've been chasing after. I can't even begin to tell you for how long. So, Crazy from the Heat, that first EP off 1984 with Van Halen, I could live without. Eat 'Em and Smile was excellent. Skyscraper was kind of tepid. But man, when you got Bob Rock at the wheels with David Lee Roth for A Little Ain't Enough, this album kicks ass. This is a fantastic album. It's just on the Warner Brothers label. This is a US press, and it's just fantastic. So Bob Rock, I mean, Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood, Metallica's Black Album, and then David Lee Roth's A Little Ain't Enough. And so you know Bob Rock's sound and what he pulls out of an artist or a band. This took a long time to track down. It's very, very easily available in Europe, but not here. Super, super happy to add that to the collection. It's been on the wish list forever. But you know, it's one of those, you can grab it online for $5, but shipping is 15 or 20, and I don't want to pay $25 for that album. So it was a cool find. Another one that came in a long time ago, well, maybe within the last month or so, is Bonham's Disregard of Timekeeping. I love this album. So this is, of course, Jason Bonham, John's son, with Daniel McMaster on vocals. And, you know, to a large degree, everyone knows the song Wait For You, but Bringing Me Down is another epic track off this album. This is from 1989. You know, there's definitely a whole lot of that Zeppelin bombast in this album. No question about it. You know, and Jason Bonham was involved in so many projects in the 80s. So many different projects. This was the last one to cap the decade. And it was excellent. It's just, you can't even fairly call it hair metal. It got pigeonholed as that and lumped in with that. But it's far better than that. It's just got a lot of that great Zeppelin bombast. I mean, Jason just plays drums just like his dad. It's thunderous. Excellent album. Definitely worth checking out. Speaking of new wave British heavy metal, here's a Plug and a Hole in the Raven collection. This is 1984's Live at the Inferno. So the brothers Gallagher just stomping all over and going crazy to Wacko's drum licks. And look at the picture on the back with Wacko getting ready to pitch the bass drum right into the crowd. This was a cool find. What made it even more neat was, here's the tipping sheet that came with it. And you know how the vinyl community works? Sometimes it's really weird. You could swear you have an album and then you watch somebody's video and you find out you don't. That's what happened here. So here's the label. This is on Megaforce. It's an original pressing on Megaforce. And I was able to find a copy dead mint. So I was watching John Weavy Ray's videos, and John doesn't make a whole lot of videos. I wish he did. What's going on, John? If you watch this, and you know, John, it must have been one of his old videos. I don't even know why it popped up on my screen, but I was like, okay. And John had this spinning in the background. I think he was talking about Thin Lizzy. So I reached for the shelf. Sure enough, I don't have it. I thought I did. I could have sworn I did. So right then and there, you got to track down a copy. And fortunately, one turned up at a nice price. And man, that's just awesome. That's just after their first couple albums and before they got a little more commercial, and I think kind of went off the path a little bit. Still good stuff. But this was right in that sweet spot. Man, is it loud and in your face. What a great album. Now, something that also got lumped in with hair metal, but I don't think really is. Here's Bang Tango's Psycho Cafe. I believe this is their first full-length album. So it says it's on Mechanic, but it's actually on MCA. So Mechanic is just an imprint. Cool labels, though. There's the Mechanic and the face on the other label. I love Bang Tango. I always did. I always thought Bang Tango was more bluesy rock, more like Cinderella. Not the first album, not Night Songs, but like Long Cold Winter and Heartbreak Station, kind of somewhere in between there. And this is from 1989, so this is, it can be a little tricky to find. I want to say I see it around every now and then, not terribly pricey. Yeah, just finding it in nice condition is really the trick, like anything else. But absolutely fantastic album. I was stoked when I found this. Stoked and just happy to finally put this one in the collection. Like I said, that bluesy, hard rock sound with definitely some hair metal elements, some of the LA Sleaze elements, don't get me wrong, but very, very cool. Wait! Mail call. So let's check it out. This is from Brother Craig, Zappa 2/17/86. You all know Craig, and if you don't, Craig is the tape master. Man, this was taped up good. Craig, thanks for sending this on. I know when Craig was out digging, he mentioned he found a Blue Oyster Cult record I needed to complete my collection. I was only missing two. One of them was Extraterrestrial Live, but this is too heavy to have with just one record in it, so let's see. LJ, about time I got some VCLT out to the backwoods. Enjoy the tunes. One more and your BOC collection is complete. Rock on. Craig, the Rambler, your little bro. There we go. Very cool, Craig. Oh, see, this is just too freaking awesome. Too awesome. There's a 7-inch in here. But what this was all about was when Craig was out digging, he found, oh, this looks like a super clean copy, very tight sleeve, of BOC's ETL, Extraterrestrial Live. Oh, this is just killer, Craig. I love it. 1982. Man, do you know how many awesome records were released in 82? Screaming for Vengeance, ETL, it just goes on and on. Epic year for metal. Maiden's Number of the Beast. Craig, thank you so much. This has been sitting here for about a week, and I actually sent Craig a message today and just let him know work has just been handing me my rear end, and I haven't got a chance to get to anything, so it's killing me to stare at this. It's so cool to get this. I can't wait to drop it on the turntable, Craig. Thank you so much. I don't even remember listening to this in recent memory. I know I heard it a long time ago. I'm stoked to hear it again. And here's a 7-inch. I don't know what this is. Oh, right on, man. Dwight Yoakam. Bury Me with Maria McKee, and It Won't Hurt. Oh, this is sick. This is from 86. This is from Dwight's first album, Guitars, Cadillacs, etc., etc. Now, Craig passing this on to me means he still just isn't ready to get into Dwight Yoakam just yet. So Greg, I will accept this 7-inch and I will hold on to it until you decide that it's time for you to get into Dwight Yoakam. And then I will sell it back to you. Oh man, that's just awesome. Craig, thank you so much, man. Truly appreciate it. Got some things hanging around here for you. They'll be on their way to you soon. And now, back to the update. Is that cool or what? So a little harder. Here's Dead End, Ghost of Romance. So this is Japanese metal. This is an original pressing on Metal Blade. I always get excited when I find anything on the Metal Blade label. Just awesome stuff. So what is Dead End? Dead End is Japanese heavy metal. It's like traditional heavy metal, like of course, Loudness, you'll get a comparison there, but other stuff like EZO, just very, very cool. I mean, you know, it's that big, look up some videos on YouTube, look up Dead End Ghost of Romance, and you have like the Japanese big teased up hair, and I think the label, just the hype sticker says it best. It's scorching metal from the land of the rising sun, current rage in Japan, along with Loudness, it's a kamikaze attack. It is. It's just searing guitars, searing heavy metal. This is from 1987. You know, and it's absolutely not hair metal by any stretch of the imagination. This, it kind of hits me more like a Dawkins, when Dawkins really rocks out. It kind of has that kind of edge, that sound to it. Freaking, I was blown away when I was thumbing through it. It was a bin of just classic rock. Not crap, but normal stuff. You know, old Alice Cooper, old Grand Funk, yada yada. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Absolutely. And it was like, it was dirt cheap. This was like $3 or $4. Just, I ain't crazy. What do we got here? We have a couple of more. First, I just talked about these guys when I showed a Chilliwack record, Headpins. I didn't realize that the same year that Chilliwack, the Canadian hard rock band, put out Opus X, their 10th album, that Brian Too Loud McLeod was also involved with the Headpins. I had one other Headpins record, but I didn't have this one. This is called Line of Fire, and if there's another song that you want to look up on YouTube that just blows my mind, I love the song. It's called Don't Stand in the Line of Fire. I mean, just awesome. I said that Chilliwack had kind of left me a little cold in terms of hard rock. I think I just started with the wrong album, but this is definitely much heavier. Darby Mills is the singer on this one, and Darby just, that chick's got pipes. I mean, kind of like Doro from Warlock. I want to say Lita, but really not. More like Doro. She just wails. Or like Sandy Soraya from Soraya, if you're familiar with them. So this is a promo copy, turned up super cheap, and it was the Headpins album I had really been looking for a long time. This was awesome. So again, check out Don't Stand in the Line of Fire on YouTube. What an awesome track. 1982 or 3. Here's the last one I found. So this is Leatherwolf. This is their second album or first full length. There was one before this. So this is their second album. This is from 1987. What a killer album. I think the cover and the name make you think it's a little bit harder than it really is. It's definitely not hair metal. I think this was just on Island. Yep, Island Records. But still, what a great album. Pale in comparisons. I don't want to try and compare everything to everything else tonight. Kind of like Judas Priest or Iron Maiden, maybe with a little bit of a more hair or glam edge to it. Not quite as sinister as that, but definitely more sinister than Bang Tango, and more sinister than anything hair metal happening at the time. So kind of more along the lines of the Dead End record, just traditional heavy metal. Excellent stuff. Actually playing this back-to-back with Dawkins, Back for the Attack. Perfect counterparts to one another. Definitely worth checking out, and one that I was just super stoked. I just never see this. I never see this. And when I do, it's super pricey, and that turned up actually pretty cheap. So that's it for this update. I definitely have I'll put together another rock update. I'm staring at some other stuff around here that doesn't quite fit in here. Some new Bowie editions and stuff like that I've had and haven't showed. But thanks for checking this out. Thanks, Craig, for the VCLT. Y'all take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.